Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Janani. It's been a minute since a new upload here, but I want to thank you all, 10,000 of you. I did not even think that I would be reaching this when I started reposting 7 months ago, so thank you very much. Today I'm going to show you how I created this ridiculously easy roses. I'm going to be using these three colors for my roses and this navy as my background. To create these roses, you will have to make really thin snakes. Instead of making them by hand, I'm going to be using this extruder with this attachment. This clay extruder helps me create a lot of strings at once in even sizes. So to create the flower, I use a single strand of clay and began creating a shape like a spiral or a coil. You can wrap around this spiral as many times as you like. Next, I just cut the excess clay off using a blade. To create the petals, I kinda push the clay inwards towards the middle. First, I use the dental pick, but then the dotting tool works much more better. I used the dotting tool and kind of refined it. See, I told you it's ridiculously easy to make these roses. Using all three colors, I created a group of 3 roses throughout the slab. Don't forget to check out my website, fernmitch.com. These earrings will be available there along with a bunch of different earrings. Also, all the tools and supplies will be listed down in the description box as well. After the whole sheet was covered in flowers, I used little bits of gold leaf to add some interest to the empty spaces. If you were ever inspired by my tutorials, make sure you tag me on Instagram at Handmade so I can take a look at your awesome work and maybe share them on my stories. And of course, like always, Saint is here to inspect my work and eat my gold leaf. And when the whole slab was done, I used the cookie cutters that I always use to cut the shapes for the earrings. I just ordered some 3D printed cutters, so when I receive them in a couple of weeks, I will do a video on them too. I cut some components of these earrings of a solid color so they can offset. Then I baked my pieces in the oven at 225 Fahrenheit for about an hour. When I bake my pieces, I start with a cold oven, no preheating, and after time it's up, I let it cool inside the oven. I recommend you bake samples and figure out your ideal temperature and time. So the bit of my 3-year-old nail sander actually gave up, and I was going to order the famous Polymer clay sander from Europe, but with the pandemic it was not going to arrive. I was looking for an alternative and I stumbled upon Kalyana Desant's tutorial. She recommended this electric callus remover, sanding disc that comes with a sponge. So I followed her tutorial. I'm gonna link it down in the description box. Maybe in the next tutorial I will talk a little bit more about this sander. So far this is working really great for me and it looks exactly like the famous nail sander. To begin sanding, I'm gonna be using 600 grit sandpaper. With Velcro, it's so easy to attach and take off different grits of sandpaper, and this machine also have a speed control. Like always, I'm gonna be using the wet sanding method. I clean up the edges using the 600 grit sandpaper. Last few months, I did a lot of research on sanding so I can improve my sanding and bring you guys the correct information about sanding. I will go into sanding more on my next tutorial, so keep an eye on for that. I switched to 1000 grit sandpaper and I use this sandpaper on the surface as well. Then finally, I finished up with a 3000 grit sandpaper. Since the drill bit of my nail sander still works, I use that to drill a hole for the jump rings. Then I gently scrubbed away all the dust and the dirt using a toothbrush. Something I also improved on is polishing my pieces. Here I glued some old towel scrap onto a sanding disc, and this is an optional step. You can choose to do it and choose not to do it. I personally like the look of it. I actually added a matte varnish to the bottom layer, avoiding the flowers so I can preserve the gold leaf. Next, I added the jump rings. I'm using 5mm jump rings here. If you like to support my channel, make sure you follow me on all the social media and check out all of my links so I can keep on making these videos. To add my earring post, I'm going to be using Loctite Super Glue. This is the only thing that works for me. I recommend you try out different glues, different methods, and figure out what's best for you. And this is how they turned out. I absolutely love how simple and elegant these look. These are available to purchase on my website, fernmitch.com, so make sure you guys check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next tutorial.